Alright, I am finally going to be I am finally going to be doing part 5 of my World Nations reset after so long. Alright. The reason it took like an actual year is because I just didn't bother, and when I did it last time, it recorded on the monitor. I'm using my I have my recording software tab on instead of the actual thing. You're questioning why Panama is missing here? That's because when I did the original recording, I wanted to make it a little more different, so I erased it so that way ships can pass through here, like coming from here all the way down to here and then out there. So yeah, but for now we'll just pretend that like right before civilization started, that Panama flooded in because of a tsunami. But don't forget, there's also this mountain range, like, well, not like that. There's this mountain range that goes like this, and it's like this here, and it's like so it's also kind of why most countries are still struggling to get to the Balkans mainly. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna get pretty hard to find colors for new countries now. But now we're going to actually continue the colonization of America. I didn't bother erasing the British colonies, the Purple Nations colonies, because they're not really in North America as much as the other countries were. The first ones to make it to the Americas are this country, Brown Nation. Yes. Brown Nation is first one to make it to the seas. They land in on the southern coast of Florida here, and the Yucatan Peninsula they have claimed. Oh, that's kind of awful. Also, I'm finally using OBS now instead of crappy Overwolf stealing my resources. Alright, there, that's more smooth. Oh no, if that was Yucatan, what's Florida gonna be? Oof. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, there. They also do have these Caribbean islands, but I'm not gonna fill all those in. They're too tiny. So as of right now, that's what they have. But they also did land up here a bit. They also landed here and here. I'm not gonna fill those in immediately because we still need time to explore these regions. Except for this one. Oh, I left a gap open. Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty big gap. My mistake. Oh, that's not that bad. Just need to round it up a bit. Just need to smoothen it. Yeah, that's not that bad. Alright, also I finally learned that if you can press control and scroll wheel, you can zoom out and zoom in much better. Also, there was the country that was in a war here that got defeated, and the rebelling nations got pretty good deals, but Red Nation got most of it. So yeah. I haven't seen much from Blue Country, so I'm probably gonna do something with them now. They want to unite the Blues under one banner, but that's very unlikely. So the best they are able to do now, so far, is they have united under one banner with this country. Dark Blue and Light Blue unite. Dark Blue and Cyan unite under one country. And they join the Dark Blue country. And now they've planned. Oh, much here. There enough. Alright. I want something to do. I want to do the things with the smaller countries, like you and these African Horn countries, and also Orange. I'm probably gonna have them break into pieces. Actually, I'll do that now. Gotta zoom out first, then zoom in onto Orange. We're gonna get defeated in a war. Their leader insults a bunch of other countries to join them, saying their countries are useless and mean nothing. They insulted the maroon country, purple country, yellow country, and red country, and even the blue country, and this gray country here. So they insulted a bunch of countries. So now they're in one big war. Red's gonna be the one to start the. Yes. So, as I was saying, sorry, I was gone for like an hour, so I was out in the snow. Red is the first one to make the invasion. They take control of this whole area here. The yellow country also makes some decent pushes into the country. But they're stopped here by purple troops, also entering the area here. And the purple country also makes pretty good entry into the country. Maroon country has a slightly stronger army than the purple country. Also, the maroon country is planning an invasion of the Horn of Africa. These two countries here, planning an invasion of these two, and an invasion of the purple country. But the red country also, maroon country also invades this gray country that looks like the UAE. So, and the cyan country surrenders and accepts their fate. And the orange country surrenders. And the orange country surrenders the week after the gray country does. In the peace deal, the red country gets all of this territory here. Oops. There's an empty space. Oh, come on. This tiny little space here also counts. Alright, well, there. Boop. The yellow country also gets a fair share out of that. But amidst that, there's also going to be a whole new country. Well, let me just compare the sizes like this. Okay, it was 16 pixels. The new country's capital will be here. Okay, what is a color I haven't already used? Okay, there's plenty of options here. Okay, let's pick like one of the world's ugliest colors. Because it stands out. An ugly color equals it'll stand out better. And it'll extend to all territory further than here. I say that's a pretty decent looking color. Actually, we'll just have it occupy all of this here. It lost like almost, dang, Orange Country lost like almost all of its territory. But it's actually not just going to be broken up into a bunch of pieces. It's actually going to just, well, I kid you not, the day after the Orange Country surrenders for peace, it just Blue Country immediately invades them and takes them over. So the Orange Country is no more, and now I am free to use the color orange. Let's go! Now I can use the color orange for things. The Red Country is planning to revive their empire by establishing a colony in the turquoise team, and also planning to sail to make colonies in Madagascar. But that will be blocked by the Blue Country and the Maroon Country, controlling most of the most of the Red Sea. So Red's gonna have to the Red Country's gonna have to war their way through. They're gonna have to declare war their way through. So, 1 year after the invasion of, the Red Country's not invading China, I'm just smoothing, what is with my words today? The Red Country isn't invading Yellow, I'm just smoothing the borders. The Red Country is invading the ugly green colored country, and they are succeeding pretty well because they have a pretty strong army, unlike Blue. They're planning to make an encirclement. They're planning to use their new encirclement tactics across the country. And they are attempting to encircle the capital. There's a small region here that gets encircled, taken. They have breached the gates of the country's capital and are actively taking it over. The capital will probably surrender before the country can even finish their encirclement. And they finish the encirclement movement and capture a whole lot of troops. And with their capital gone, they surrender. And they are annexed into the Red Country's empire. They make an ally with this dark Maroon Country to make a joint invasion of the Pink Country. Why is there two capitals here? That's not right. I can just, boop, there goes the other capital. Alright, so that's fixed. So yeah, now this maroon country and red country here are allied. The very first alliance. I'm probably going to. It's not really an alliance. They're just joining up. They just signed a pact to invade this country together, and now they're both doing it now. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but red, you can spot it out with my pencil. Red invades all of this area here. Oh, I'm recording looks smoother. I'm recording for 15 minutes. That's not half bad. At least I can record for as long as I want. With Red's gains, the Maroon Country plans to get the most out of this deal and starts pushing upwards. They start pushing upwards, trying to cut off the Red Country from the capital. I mean, they're trying to make one big old giant encirclement. And the Pink Country already is on the verge of surrendering. They really are considering it at this point. And the Maroon Country is first to breach the capital. They encircle a few troops right in front of the capital. And with that, the Red Country makes it up here. There is a border dispute here. There's a few border disputes like here. Like here and here. So I'll have those mapped out. Those dots are a little bit too close. These are all border disputes that the Red Country has created for themselves here. Oh, there's an empty spot. Oh, why is that there? There. It's basically just Ankara, the current capital of Turkey. Yup, as Maroon pushes, from Pink Country surrenders to Maroon, actually. They actually surrender, but they don't fully die for like a few months until I'm gonna make their capitals. They will exist for a bit longer until the Green Country catches up to them. Until the Green Balkan Country catches up to them. In which Green Country declares war on Pink Country and they do a sea invasion since boats are much more complicated now. The invasion is successful and they just surrender. They can't do anything about that. The border dispute up here with the Maroon Country, up here, this northernmost border dispute is settled, and the Maroon team keeps that. But for the other two, the Red team will gain this one. Red team does gain this from them, and part of this border dispute does get settled, part of it. They didn't fully agree to the deal yet, so they've only seceded some parts. But they might as well just accept that the territory ain't going, that the last bit of the deal is not going to them. And so now these are the new borders. In here, at least. Back to America. Brown country has finally had enough time. Brown country has finally... oops. The brown country has finally had enough time to settle these lands in that time. Oh boy. That needs serious fixing. Alright. I'm gonna change songs. Alright, I'm just fixing this here. And they also expand the colonies a bit so they connect each other. So that's probably that's their biggest colony so far. Their Central American colony gets the biggest expansion here. If if the borders look normal. Their Central American colony gets the biggest expansion here, as they claim all of this here. Since in my alternate world, Panama is gone. You can sail between here. So you can sail from here to here without having to deal with that stupid canal. I just thought it would be better for society. Oh, I kind of like that. And now the blue country makes it over there pretty soon as well. They get a pretty good chunk here. They get a pretty big chunk. Oh boy, that's not good. I like how smooth that is. So that is the blue country's claimed lands here. Oh, let me smooth this out. So yeah, this is the blue country's claimed lands. The purple country, can I call it that? Or should I call it magenta, because there already is a purple country. Also, the story of this purple country up here is explorers from this country here sent people up here and up here, and they formed their own country in modern day Finland. The magenta country has finally had enough time to decide, and they just own Greenland. They have claimed Greenland, and they claim the northern part of they claim that northern part of Canada. And they get to northern Canada. They make it to northern Canada. They make huge territorial claims over the land. Because, well, no one was really ruling that land. Oh, I accidentally painted the ocean. I almost gave the ocean to the British. Wait, no, not the British. I was thinking of the British Empire there. I'm gonna give most of these islands to them as well, because they would probably get them. So they have a complete monopoly over the Arctic Sea there. But now that they know another continent exists, we're wondering, what if there's another continent we are missing out on? But before that starts, let's call it Magenta for now. They set up their own colony here as like a buffer state between the blue country and brown country. So now, okay, that's 25 minutes. Oh, okay, those colors are kind of similar. It's fine. I am gonna have these colonies become independent soon. Maybe in this is episode 5 now. So episode 10, maybe these will become independent countries. They claim these lands here, they get this. They're expanding out far west, just like the Americans did Manifest Destiny. Oh, that is something. That is, ooh, I can fix that, but ooh. There. Michigan is fixed. So these are the current colonial borders in America. There might not be enough time for people to get to Alaska, right? Who can get to Alaska before the British country does? Russians. I'm gonna make it a dark, ugly teal. I'm gonna make a dark, ugly teal as a color here. Okay, this color is not taken. People from Maroon Country, Green Country, Baltic Country, and Brown Country all accidentally congregate in one area. They form their own country. And it's pretty huge as of right now. Well, it's big in terms of the continent of Europe. Okay, it is pretty big. I can never decide myself. I forgot I have ADHD, so I can't really make decisions. Boom! This entire area is blank? That's crazy. Yeah, they're gonna be a pretty huge country at first. With them claiming Ukraine here. We need a capital, obviously. Oops, that was the undo button. Whatever, 15 pixels. No, that's not it. It's gotta be 17. There we go. Alright, this is their capital. It's basically where the capital of Belarus is. Modern day. Yeah, new country has a new opponent Oh boy, up here in the north it just sucks. Alright, I'm gonna be spending a while smoothing things out like this all the time. Unless it's really bad, I will fix it. I'm not sure what to do now. Maybe I can just make this be it for now. Maybe this will be the current map. I'm not sure anymore. Maybe we'll see Maroon's plans in the future. Wait, I have like 5 more ideas. And then I'll end this. I'll end it before. Alright, this is gonna be my first 30-minute video. Cool. Oh my god. I can just press control and zoom in. They just expand outwards because there's only like one Asian country that could potentially stop them. But honestly, nobody can really stop them. So they just keep expanding and expanding. That's fine, I guess. They expand out all the way to this lake and we're seeing a giant form. Now we're seeing a giant country form. This is probably going to be kind of like the Mongol Empire in a way, where they get really huge, but then they just slowly break into a million pieces. So it's kind of gonna be like that. We see the Maroons and Red's plan starting to take action. Since the Red and Maroon country are great allies, like handshake noise, it's sort of like handshake emoji or something, they unite. Red country annexes them. And they annex Crimea from the Green country. Now Blue is getting scared and and now he's arming their military towards Red. Red country does the same. So does the rest of the Middle East. Middle East, even in an alternate timeline, they are not safe from war. The Red country starts off the invasion and takes modern-day Bahrain, which Blue country came from Orange country. The Red country starts off with a staggering invasion, using help from their buddy Maroon to help with the sea invasion there. But the thing is, the Turquoise country joined in on this war to gain more modern Indian territory, and they do it. Oops! I missed a spot again. I keep missing spots. They're like turquoise and blue and normal blue declare peace. And the turquoise country expands to this. They're doing pretty good as a country. They really are just like modern day India. And now we're gonna have our very first breakaway state in the Middle East, I think. What color can I? Oh right, I can use orange now. I don't need to make a new color. I can just use orange. Alright, Orange Country. Orange Country pops up again. But this time they're up here. Also, they're also declaring war to gain land. So they declare independence, take all of this land, and they expand outward. They expand eastwards. They expand out to this sea, and they just keep going before stopping, and they stop there. Oh, okay, that's kind of bad. I'll fix that. So, yup, Orange Country now exists again. And and Orange Country's capital will be right here. And the Blue Country surrenders to the Red Giant. But Blue Country doesn't die all the way. I mean, they lose a lot of land, but they don't die fully. No country dies forever. They basically just lose all the territories that got invaded by the Red Country. So... the Blue Country stays intact, but they're more like a puppet of the Red Country. So just no, Blue Country is being actively puppeted by Red Country. The day the Red Country invades the Yellow Country, since they're kind of weakened from the war with the Orange Country like 5 years ago, they're still recovering. They just surrender themselves straight to the Red Country. This is about as big as they'll ever get, really. Because the Yellow Country didn't fully die. Just like the Blue Country didn't fully die. They just move capital and they become a puppet. They also claimed, but they did lose this northern part here. And they invade the Egyptian Green Country for this northern part here for more access to the Mediterranean. Because with their way of getting to the Mediterranean before then, they would just have to sail from here or Crimea and squeeze through here. And then pop out and sail on through all these other countries, and then you get out to the open sea. So now that they have a pretty good coastline of the Mediterranean, they can do pretty good things. But what they really want to do? Invade the brown country. This one right here. This brown country here. This one. That I just circled like crazy. They want to invade that one. And they do it with staggering invasions and encirclements, and encircle hundreds of thousands of troops within days. But they've come to a halt as summer arises, and they kind of struggle because it's getting much hotter now. Temperatures rise to 50 degrees Celsius, and they're really struggling to finish the encirclement, which allows a bunch of brown country's troops to escape from the encirclement and back to fighting on the main line, which allows them to really crush the encirclement before the little pathway is broken and the encirclement is a success and brown country surrenders. But this time they're fully annexed. Red Country annexes their puppet of the Yellow Country, and now they're basically just northern Middle East. Greater Mesopotamia. That's the name I'm making for this country. Now, Red Country is probably the only one I'm giving an official name. During this time period, they're going to be called Greater Mesopotamia. but they don't know the original name. So it's Greater Goofendar. I don't know. I don't know. No, never mind. Just you guys make up names. I can't. I suck with names. And Maroon starts their invasion of the purple country, and it starts off pretty well. They're making an encirclement movement. But purple's also kind of encircling them back. But maroon is making another encirclement movement that's gnawing at them. They fatten up the encirclements also a bit more. They're just copying the red country. They're doing pretty good though. And the capital surrenders and purple country surrenders. These two countries haven't really been able to do anything since they picked like the worst spot in Africa to settle, so they just get invaded and then they die. Now Maroon Country has acquired their dreams of uniting Southern Arabia. Oh, I forgot to get rid of that capital. Boop. There's now basically already a bunch of superpowers. Blue superpower, brown superpower. Forgot. Magenta superpower, dark cyan superpower, red superpower, and maroon superpower. There's 6 superpowers. Well, 6 that we could call superpowers at this point. I would consider the year to be like BC still. Like they haven't gotten to that point yet where they're in AD. They do make it to all of this here. They're not really they're not really winter people. So it kind of sucks for them. But they are huge. Like, I mean huge. Look at all the unclaimed lands and then look at what they've done. Maybe they were made for the cold after all. It is not used to extreme winters, which is that is exactly what Siberia has. But they know how boats work. They have like the same technology as the brown country did. So they just sail straight to Alaska. They sail from there. And they sail and they make it here. So they're actually able to make it to Alaska before the British country does, which I think is funny. I knew Alaska would kind of look chopped like that. And so they basically just colonize, they make it to all of Alaska. They're pretty good explorers. They like exploring, so that's why they've been claiming land so fast. But purple magenta country is mad about this. They don't like that. They're like, hey, why do you get land? And so they start also expanding like crazy. But they are eventually stopped by the cold. They can't really go any farther than there until before they start freezing to death. So and now here's all the new gained territory. But almost instantly, we're gonna have our first independent country in the Americas. Alright, first let's get their capital out. It's going to be right here. Oh, I dragged it a bit. So, now I gotta pick a color for them. Great. I'll do a dark pink. And all those islands, now they belong to the independent country. Okay, maybe not that one. Maybe not these ones. So yeah, our first independent colony exists. It's rivaling this country, but also not really. And blue country, they just take this because purple country doesn't really have a true purple country doesn't really have anything to do about that, so they just accept it. Hey, but dark green country, they get a good expansion here. And they take all those unclaimed lands from before. Before it was this, now it's this. They're pretty good explorers. They get Vancouver Island. Never mind, they don't. The colonization from the brown country does not stop. They don't give up, they keep expanding. Enough to rival the Mexican Empire at its peak. Almost completely cutting off the British country. Screw it, I'm just gonna keep calling them the British country. I can't help myself. Yeah. No, I don't like this. I don't like that. They're actually gonna get this. I don't care. I don't care. It's almost been an actual hour-long video. Okay, this is gonna be a very long video. They just keep expanding until both of them stop here. Alright, I am finally done. Here are the new borders. I gotta take a screenshot for the thumbnail. I gotta take a screenshot for the thumbnail. There. Alright. Alright. I really don't care anymore. I guess, like, subscribe, comment. I don't know. I don't care. Woo woo. Like, subscribe, comment if you want. Like. I think I already said like, but bye. Bye. Yay, 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 yay.